G'day everybody. This is what happened after Blackbeard the pirate was beheaded. You see, after Blackbeard the pirate was beheaded, the kids he kept on the island after being snatched from their families were the pilgrims that Halloween was all about. Well, maybe Thanksgiving, but I actually believe there's something in that. Because these kids weren't killed by me as Blackbeard. They actually were treated like slaves for a while because nobody knew their actual reason for being there. Because Blackbeard was killed and then came back to life as a pilgrim to make sure these kids who are older than him don't remain as slaves. You see, Athena forced Cronus to come in and play with these kids and get to know them a bit. And also his new family were Bob and Georgina Carter. And he was Fred Carter, and Fred was very popular. So much, in fact, he learned so much from his parents that he didn't need to go to school, but he wanted these kids home, get these kids home safely. Only because it's hard to see kids suffer, because the tragic trauma of Fred having his head cut off in his last life as Blackbeard. It really ate at him in his voices that go crazy in your head. Mind you, nobody liked him much. Actually, one of the pilgrims kidnapped Fred at the age of 6, and that got him to shut up only because he talked underwater with a mouthful of marbles, so to speak. And all the kids, as they were reaching adulthood, were known to the folk as pilgrims because they were poor and knew nothing about the rich side of life. Till this man named Thomas, who many lives ago was Jesus Christ, and got laughed at every day at school. And Fred and Thomas were best buddies. Through Cronus, which was Fred, and then he led Jesus, who is Thomas, to be born in Bethlehem in the religion days. And the religious side was not talked about much, but implied, as they helped each other deal with their lives as pilgrims. You see, Fred actually made a house out of sticks tied together with string, and until the big storm came and left them homeless, it was a humble little home. And after that storm, nobody helped them, and I mean nobody. Fred and Thomas lived under the bridge in a rocky stream since then to stay warm, and everybody that passed them would be stabbed and murdered, adults or kids. They didn't care, because life was getting them down. What was the bloody point? And the sheriff came and arrested them, and yes, they got a home in the jail, but 5 days they were whipped to be weak and then beheaded for their evil. And those kids that Blackbeard left on the island were the rougher members of the pilgrims, who in reincarnation terms wants Fred to suffer with Thomas. And since that day, this was the start of Halloween, and the 3 little pigs story and the 3 Billy Goats Gruff story. Yeah, Fred Carter and Thomas were the witch and the pirates of the scary part of this day, on October 31. And Fred and Thomas were beheaded for evil doings. The end. Hope you all enjoyed that. That was an absolutely great story, I actually thought. And I think everybody will think that will be good too. Don't forget, those people who sort of don't really believe in, reincarnation, I'm sure they only say that because they want to live in this current life. And everybody gets reincarnated, but I wouldn't go around announcing it to too many people. But I had a bit of fun though. That was a great fun way of doing it. I wrote that just on the way home today. Okay, bye.